Hey, just me. I ain't gonna keep y'all long. Just sitting up here and picking up on some things in the spirit realm. About earlier today was about another big earthquake that's getting ready to hit. Soon. It was coming to me earlier today. Then it was coming to me the other day too. So it's like in the last 3 days it done came twice. But today I was thinking about the movie Red Dawn after I heard about this with China and Canada, and thinking about the division of the dragon going in and out of the tunnels in New York, coming up out of and fire exploding, and the dragon going between the buildings there in New York and going to New Jersey, and thinking about all the warnings I done received over the years about New York, New Jersey, and the 5 principalities that was around up there, and it was within the 5 states in that region, of New York, New Jersey, Washington D.C., I think Virginia. It was 5. I've been trying to find the thing that I posted back in 2016 on Facebook. I know that they took the video down, but I had typed up some stuff about it too. And like I said, just sitting up here today, and after hearing that with China and Canada, about China letting people over there in Canada come over there with visa passport without them or something like that. I'm sitting up here and what kind of deal is they really making? And in the movie Red Dawn, it always bothered me. Okay, it's trying to break up, don't want me to do it. It always bothered me about how that was that I think it was China and Russia that end up being here, or either China. Well, anyway, it always bothered me about how they ended up here in this country. How did they get in to a country that was the most powerful country in the world? And defense system, we supposed to, with our Navy and all that, we supposed to really be on it. And, the Trojan and Troy keep on breaking up. Some trying to get me to go off of it. I knew much, so I should have plenty of data to do this. I don't know if I should get off their Wi-Fi and just do it on mine, but I'm trying to make this short as possible. But I just want y'all to stop and think about that. A lot of people complaining about what Donald Trump is doing with the borders, but we're not really paying attention to the overall thing. And I'm pleading with all of y'all, especially people in my family that might watch this. I'm pleading with y'all to watch and listen. I'm pleading with y'all to read Deuteronomy chapter 28, the whole chapter. Pay attention to the first 14 verses, and then pay attention to verse 15 all the way to the end. Just pay attention to it. It's hollering. Pay attention to Deuteronomy chapter 32, okay? From 32, chapter 32, from 23 all the way to 32, the verses. Read it, understand it, ask God to let us speak to you. It's our nieces and nephews, our grandchildren, our great nieces. They the ones that's going to have to really go through this. Do we want to take and leave it to where they defenseless, to where they got to be servants again? Do we want our children to be in slavery again? And people talking about it can't happen here. But if you pay attention to history, if you pay attention to history, to Rome, Greece, Egypt, and all, look at all those great civilizations that was conquered. And I believe that Egypt back in the day, I believe they had knowledge that, that if we really understood, it would blow our minds. Like I said, years ago, way back in 2011, 2012, I used to find myself in the spirit with my eyes open. I don't know, like Paul said, whether in the body or out of the body, but I would find myself over in Egypt, down in the pyramids in the bottom, and they talking about stuff being up under that now. The X-ray in it. This was revealed to me way back then. Y'all would have got discernment Northern Line, and something in the Sphinx too. I don't know if it's in Nepal or up in Nepal or something like that. And there's whole cities that's buried in the desert. Okay? Whole cities. And if we would know the stuff that's in the ocean, it would blow our mind. Stuff that's lost and stuff that we really don't even know about. But I just want to get back to this because I know that's got a little off track when I said that, but just, something about some things that God had revealed to me. But I done told y'all many times how God had started warning me back in 2012, 2011 about beware the bear, beware the dragon. And that used to come to me first. Beware the bear, beware the dragon. And by 2014 to 2015 started coming to me after it came to me for many, over 100 times. From 2011, 2012 to 2014. It used to come to me, beware of the bear, beware the dragon. Then after 2014, 2015 started coming to me, beware the bear, beware the dragon, beware the North Korea. Now, if you pay attention, the dragon is in the middle, and it's always been about the middle with me. And revelation and thing that God been guiding me to. Remember, Jesus was also on the cross too, and we know China ain't Jesus. We know they don't, a lot of people over there don't really believe in God. They got some believers over there, but that they basically don't believe like that. They in the dragons and all that other kind of stuff. But anyway, make a long story short, if you do your research, you'll find out of all these great nations that was in power just like we was, they failed. If you pay attention to England right now, England is on the brink of falling too. Okay? And it's an inside job that's destroying them. It's another nation that has come into their nation and taken over. Pay attention to it, y'all. And the same thing is happening with us. People think that I posted what I posted when I was feeding the homeless just to do it. I go out there and do it, and I do it because I know I want to reflect God, my Lord and Savior. God's character is a given character, and I don't want to be doing it, even though sometimes I be don't be where I want to be at intaking and doing it. I still don't do what a lot of people do. I just hope that God would just turn around and help me. And I just want to still hoping for, but I don't be wanting to steal His glory. So I don't get on Facebook and do that. I did that because of what happened and because of what's taking and going on in this country. With them having the stores and the grocery stores and all the businesses and stuff, then the way they talk to us and treat us and we spend our money. All that's a sign. And I remember going all the way back to when I was a little boy, going into the stores. There was one store on Prevost where Bill and his mama had a lot of respect for us. Them was people that really come over here and they was trying to live the dream and be respectful and whatnot. But you go on a lot of these people, just pay attention to the way a lot of them talk to you. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And they got all the stores, mostly all the shops that fix our cars and all. They starting to do all that. And then when you go to a shop that's owned or ran by a business company, they charge you 9 arms and 3 legs, so the people have to take them running it on. And we need to pay attention to all of that. Something bad was to happen. The first people that's going to have access to the food is them. They got all the stores and stuff. So they people going to be okay and we not. And I'm going to tell you, those people come from places where they've been fighting for a long time. And, even me, I done got soft too. Those people ready. It used to be in our blood like that. And it's in their blood thick. And some of them don't mind going that way at all. And we got to remember all of that. And we got Canada on one side, Mexico on the other side. Seems like we might have a little handle on this with Venezuela. And I'm praying to God that Trump help the right people to get in Venezuela so they can take and do that. Because that would be a big blessing, not just to the United States, but to the people. And can you imagine if we help get that right in there and having them working with us? That's like 20, I keep on forgetting to find out how many people there. But I know it's about anywhere from about 10 to maybe 20 million people there. Somewhere around in that area. Can you imagine that? And then the other places, Colombia and Cuba, and them, they get to seeing this. Can you imagine getting that whole region on board? But before we do that, I mean, while we're doing that, we also need to take and tighten up home. Remember in the story that God got me reading now, and I'm back in it again, reading it again, in the Numbers chapter 32 and Numbers chapter 23, I'm reading that again. Remember in chapter 32 where Reuben and Gad, they wanted to stay right there in the land where they was. They didn't want to go to where God was taking and sending them. You know, let me take and read it because I'm in here right now reading it. Now right here, watch this. You're gonna read verse 1. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle, and when they saw the land of I can't pronounce Jezar and the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was a place for cattle. Now we seeing this reflection. We seeing that Venezuela is a good place. Rich in minerals, rich in oil, you know what I mean? And we want to take and just focus on that when we got problems right here at home. Because if you pay attention to verse 7, this right here, it said, in verse 7 said, wherefore discourage ye the house of the children of Israel from going over into the land which the Lord thy God giveth them. Okay? Now, they supposed to be preparing to go over there and help them conquer the land that God had promised them and subdue it, right? We in the land that's been promised to us, we fought for and we got it, and God ended up blessing us through it, but it's all out of order right now. It's all out of order right now. It's stuff going on both sides of countries that's connected right to us. You know what I mean? Where, you know, these Trojan horses is coming back and forth and taking and doing stuff. Now these other countries taking and making deals and lining up with somebody that we know in the long run don't mean us no good. The Bible speak about the dragon. Bible speak about it. It speak about a great multitude coming down that's going to wage war on Israel, and we supposed to be, you know, allies with Israel. So we know when they get ready to go, we got to go. So we got to go with them, and they already got it set up by having people coming in from Mexico and having people coming in from Canada. By the time we get ready to do it, they're going to be already here overwhelming us. Because it really don't take, if people just really pay attention in a place like this country, all they need is different things that happen in different places. And it'll offset a whole lot of stuff. And they know this. And they've been preparing for a long way. It's something that I want to take and do a video I wanted to do. That's why I took and posted that piece of paper. And I was struggling and fighting that day. And I'm still trying to put it together in the right way. But I'm just going to say this. It's a well-known prophet or apostle named Joshua Gill that sit up there and gave a prophecy last year in June about tunnels, underground stuff, tunnels and stuff, and he's seen a great thing come. I'm taking, I'm repost it, but I'm finna get ready to get off here. But like I said, the movie Red Dawn just keep on telling me. And if you go, y'all go and watch that movie. You know what I mean? In that movie, it never tells you how to end up getting there. Just the movie come on and all of a sudden they're there. Go and watch it. Go and watch it. Ain't no country in this world right now that can go toe-to-toe with us. Even China, even with all that China got, you know what I mean? If it come to a toe-to-toe thing without using nuclear warheads, eventually we're going to get down on it. You know, eventually we're going to get down on it. But if they got people on the inside that can sabotage us from the inside, then they'll have the upper hand. Without having to use no nuclear or none of that, then we'll find ourselves in trouble. We'll find ourselves in trouble in that way. And they know that, and they're working on that real thick. Not just them. There's a whole bunch of places that hate this country, man. A whole bunch of places. So please, President Trump, if you get winners, anybody that's with you, let's concentrate on getting the right regime over there in Venezuela, selling that out so that can be a blessing to us and to them. Let's concentrate on Mexico, securing the border, kind of securing the border. I know you want that Greenland thing. I know you do. And I understand the benefits of it. But if they got it where we can take and set up bases up over there and secure it, take that without taking and making it where we end up fighting against our allies. We don't need that. We don't need where we're fighting against people that's been our allies for a long time. Yeah, we can conquer. Yeah, France and them don't want to come over, but if a deal can't be struck, and everybody know it would be for the best. You know, especially what China and Russia is up to, it would be for the best. But if they wouldn't have taken let us set up a base over there and set up stuff to where we can secure it and roll with it. Because we got to start securing this at home, and we got that over there in Venezuela. Okay? Don't take on a boatload. Not saying that we can't handle a lot of stuff, but we stressed out. A whole lot of places and a lot of other stuff is going on too. I think you're doing a beautiful job targeting some of these what might be called sleeper cells. But also we have to be careful that we ain't targeting good people too. It's a thin line, real thin. You know, we have to seek the Lord in this too. But this, with Canada and this was securing the border of Mexico is still concerning to me because the many visions that God had given me back in the day. I don't see in the spirit realm like I used to, you know, and, you know, some things just vague. But I got a real bad feeling still about, you know, the Mexican border and securing the border along Canada. Real bad. When I heard the real bad feeling, because this thing with New York, whatever's going on in New York and New Jersey and that area right there, it's not good. And I'm going to end with this, but everybody go on, watch the movie Red Dawn. Just pay attention to how it come on. It never revealed to you how they got in there. It never speak about a war that was being fought and all of a sudden, you know what I mean, they pushed and they started defeated. The movie come on with them all of a sudden showing up. Pay attention. Go and watch. I'm going to go and get off here. I love y'all. Have a blessed day. And y'all stop being crazy, man. I know a lot of y'all don't like them, but pray at work. Pray to God touch his heart to do the right thing. Okay? The right thing. Because there's a lot of things that he's doing that y'all ain't seeing that's right. Because it's the flush that a lot of people walking in. They used to the same old thing going on the wrong way. I hope y'all get that. I hope they used to the same old thing going on the wrong way. If hundreds of billions of dollars are being stolen and used and abused in the wrong way, then how's that benefiting us? Because really all it's doing is taking away from the middle class and the class that's up under that. And then the other people that we got to worry about, they the ones that own all the stores and stuff. And the way a lot of them treat us is crazy, man. You know, and I ain't never went around disliking none of them. You know, I haven't. But I'm looking at things now in a whole nother way, you know, and I'm looking back to how Orwell's been talking to me about New York and New Jersey, that area around there, and how he was showing me a whole bunch of buildings and stuff being on fire. When I hear Joseph C. talking about the 10 cities burning, I done had that vision many times, with dead bodies all over the streets everywhere. And I know that God was talking to me and showing me stuff back there. And it would be like I would see earthquakes going on in New York and New Jersey, but I come to find out that, you know how you see that wave that come out? I thought it was an earthquake, but I'm coming to understand that them was bombs that was going off in these places. I come to understand that after listening to something that Pastor Troy Breyer said about him coming up on I-35. And I've been talking about this for the last 3-4 years in a big way. But I started posting about the dragon going in and out of the sewer system in New York and New Jersey flying around. I started posting that back in 2016, but it's been coming to me since 2011, 2012. Y'all had the sermon to know it. Just like I found something in there in 2016 that I had posted about a virus that wasn't a Z virus, but it was another virus that was going to come off there that was going to kill a lot of people. And what happened? COVID ended up coming in, 2020, 4 years later. But anyway, we need to really concentrate here. Please try to make a deal with them in Greenland that'll benefit both of us. They don't want to sell it, and they're willing to let us set up an army base there, a base there, then take that. You know, we let us stay good with our ally. Let us focus on this Canada and this Mexico thing, and doing what we need to do inside our house while we taking and doing this for the Venezuela thing, because that's where the blessings of money gonna start flowing there too. And then when we start getting this stuff wrong with all these illegals that is here, then that's going to start putting money back into to the people pocket, and start making it where we can start making our stuff run the right way. You know, because a whole lot of people been getting a lot of money, and other people been suffering from it. So I take my hat off to them for that, you know, but we have to treat them right too. You know, got to treat them right. Can't going around snatching people out of cars and doing all that stuff if they're citizens. We have to be careful that we're not attacking our own people. But we're going to need each and every one of us if this stuff goes soft. And we're going to need to be working together. Anyway, I love y'all. Have a blessed day. I done been on here too long. Just bother me. Love y'all.